So we're back at Alton Towers, and the day's starting off much better than our last video, you'll be glad to know. I don't know why we're doing those countdowns now. Why are we doing them? Absolute madness. We always find that if you go to Forbidden Valley first, you generally have a quieter day. Everyone legs it to the Smiler, as you can see. But there's I don't think there's any reason to do that. Everyone legs it to Wicker Man. Again, I don't think there's any reason to do that. It's very slow when it's cold at the start of the day, so it's not the best experience on the ride. So yeah, we just have a nice casual stroll, no madness, to Forbidden Valley. But look, this is what's great about Alton Towers: the setting, the atmosphere, the walk up, looking at the towers across the lawns and the lake. You cannot replicate this, and I did say that in the last video. Despite the overall negative theme, no other park matches the grounds, so if they can just tweak everything else, it'd be absolutely perfect. And that's why it's closed. But yeah, so it's the long way round, but it's good for exercise and getting the steps up. And sadly, the mine train is still closed for essential maintenance, and still no sign of the train. I always think this is a lovely atmospheric pathway when it opens up to Alton Manor. Of course, it doesn't open till 11 o'clock usually, but very atmospheric.
Dedicated to ongoing investigation, experimentation.
So Sub-Terra closed, doesn't open till 11 PM, staggered opening. And it looks like it's our first queue of the day for Nemesis Reborn. There's people moving up. These decisions we like to see, 9:42, ride doesn't open until 10, but at least they've had the common sense to open the queue line to stop people just waiting here, so that's good. These are the decisions that we like to see here. Common sense, let's get people moving out of the areas and into the queues, just crack on. It's good to see the waterfalls are on. It's always great being on the ride and having those water effects. I remember back in the day riding the original Nemesis, and the waterfalls were coloured purple, like the drink they sold. Who remembers that?
Be ready to ride by securing all personal items. Large items such as hats, bags, keys and anything you may lose whilst going around. Full versions may be stored in the baggage hold. Please give everything to one person in your group prior to boarding. Deposit these into the baggage holds provided. Take your seats, pull your harnesses down and put your seatbelts in straight. Thank you for your cooperation.
Cabin crew, seats for departure, seats for departure. So I'll just tell you my thoughts on that. I enjoyed the ride. I like the way the staff got people in the queue, but they've got no one batching, or they've got the same person seeing the ride off that they have got batching. So the staff are trying to do two jobs, and the operations, it took ages to get the train out. We were stacked waiting, so it's not fair on the staff. Similar issue with regard to lack of staffing. One member of staff trying to batch, shout at people, which he's at the rear of the train, ready to give the thumbs up, doing the restraints. So, yeah. It's the testicator!
So we got the 4th spin, which is really lucky. It's nice to see that it's slowly breaking back into the cycle it was at the end of the year.
Yeah, the fountains aren't working. They've got some covers over it at the moment, so it looks a bit better than just having the bare metal. But yeah, it was a nice, intense ride. Really forceful, the spins on that now. And we got 4, which is good. So nice and comfortable. There is a technique for the gents that ride it. If you just push forwards with your shoulders, push your coccyx back, it saves the nether regions from being crushed against the pillar in the centre of the seat. So it was good, enjoyable ride, great weather, and what a night and day start to our trip to Alton Towers in comparison to the last time. So there'll be reasons for that. We'll go into it later on in the video, but fantastic start to the day. We'll get a bit of off-ride footage. We'll go and activate our cups and we'll see what's next. Look in Bunker 94, have a little look at the merch, see if there's anything new. I don't think there is.
Spin.
Alright, some new, go on, show that.
Spinny.
Toxicator pin badge that spins. We've seen Oblivion one as well, haven't we? Where it actually drops, so we'll try and track that down. OG, we'd love to have that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, that's really.
What a great ride that was.
Single riders, just follow this fence down, thank you.
Single rider!
What do you think it's going to be?
An umbrella.
It is.
Wow.
How did you know that? That's really cool, that. What the hell?
Because they're all umbrellas. It's just different things in your umbrella.
Oh, that's really cool.
Iberia. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. So good ride on Galactica there, single rider queue was really good. There's a 50-minute advertised wait for the ride. We went in single rider and I'd say 2 minutes if that, and we were straight on, so flying through, really good. Nice, smooth, I like it, B&M flying coaster. If you keep your hands up, it's got like a really, it does give the sensation of flight in my view. Really enjoyed myself on that one, good ride.
No complaints about it, really smooth coaster, short queue, so I'm always happy.
So we're going to head back to Gloomy Wood, go on the Curse at Alton Manor, and then back through Mutiny Bay. We'll see what the queues are like for Wicker Man, but so far today it's been absolutely fantastic. A night and day experience from last time. Lots of screams coming from Toxicator there. What I'd like to see is the monorail's been testing. There's been quite a few different trains over the past few hours passing overhead. So it's clearly able to operate. Here's another one. Case in point. So for me, just get it open, Whether they've got to do a certain amount of hours of testing, I'm not sure. But it's clearly working. So the sooner they can get the monorail back in operation and the Sky Ride, it'll be better for the overall guest experience. So let's see what happens. Crack on. Some positive signs emerging. Unless you want to just go on. Alright, go on then. There we go. 5 minutes, we may as well just get on. Nemesis Sub-Terra, complete, Tom?
Really good. The leg ticklers and back prodders were really well working, but I didn't get splashed by the egg.
Yeah. Good, really short queue, good atmosphere, smell pods were working. Won't spoil too much of the ride experience if you haven't done it. Leg ticklers, I've never experienced that effect before. There's always the back prodders, but there you go. Yeah, good experience. We'll head to the Curse at Alton Manor. 5 minute queue for the Curse at Alton Manor. Good ride there on the Curse at Alton Manor. Quite a few of the effects weren't working. The trommel tunnel wasn't working, and there's a couple of the lighting effects weren't working there as well. So, but yeah, good. We finally worked out where the camera is. You'll see that because we'll overlay our weird picture over this now, but yeah, I liked it. What are your thoughts on the care?
I want the smell pod in the tunnel back.
Citrusy.
Yeah, they took it away
Tom's
last
like
season, and it's
the
really
connoisseur of aftershaves. He just like spends his money on aftershave. He's like, oh, citrus has got woody notes, musk, the hint of vanilla. This is what he says about like the smells on rides. Absolute madness.
That's what you say, not me.
Yeah, so most of the effects aren't working there, but it doesn't matter because it's a little bit of filler, and it's always a good ride with like low queues just to get people on, just to fill some time. And it's a special ride. People love that. It's been going for years in various different guises. I remember when it was dual and you used to like shoot the ghosts and the monsters and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good. Anyway, still quiet in Katanga Canyon because the runaway mine train isn't working, so there's no choo-choo today. I'll be choo-chooing hopefully in pizza pasta quite soon because we're getting quite hungry. I don't care. Tom loves the dad jokes, so it's saying, "How's it awful? I will be choo-chooing a pizza and some pasta." So yeah, we might have our lunch in there. It's a nice day, and it just shows, isn't it different from our latest from our last video at Alton Towers. You know, we've done 6 rides already and we've only been here for a couple of hours, so you know, bear in mind the whole day. Last time it was 8 hours and I did 5 the entire day, so it just shows how hit and miss it can be. You catch it on a good day and you have a fantastic time. Of course, it should be like this all the time. This is how it should be, and if they get the ops sorted out, the ride availability sorted out, have a rethink in terms of the staffing levels, this is how Towers can be and this is how it was. So fingers crossed, onwards and upwards. Cherry vanilla, we've got a bit of spill off. It's Tom's favourite ride.
The best ride, your best wooden coaster in the world.
He thinks it's the best wooden coaster? No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
You're not counting RMCs because they're hybrids.
It doesn't matter. Even some GCIs are better than Wicker Man. I like the rides. It's just too short.
GCI.
Yes, I know.
Silly little beast.
But it's quite short. I think it's the shortest one they got, right? So I don't think it's the best wooden coaster in the world. People are going to laugh at you. Do you think Wicker Man is the best wooden coaster in the world?
Yeah.
Because it's not.
It's the best roller coaster in the world. Falcons fight who?
You're just making a fool of yourself here, but I'm leaving it in. He's got to learn the lessons of life. So it's not the best. You know, it's good fun. You know, and it's manic when you're on it. But you know, I wish, to be honest, if that was double the length, I'd be like, wow.
In a serious, like on a serious note, I think it's the most enjoyable roller coaster in the UK because I don't think you can come off it. Like you can come off Hyperion sometimes and be like, yeah, that was really good, or now I've got a headache. But with Wicker Man, every time you come off, you're always laughing your head off because of how whippy it is. It's really good.
Well, the thing is, you're scared to heave-ho. Tom's worst ride. Regularly greys out.
I'm gonna die on it. I'm gonna pass out.
So like I was touching on there, some people might watch this and say, well, you know, look, were you unfairly critical on your video of Alton Towers last time? Well, I was quite balanced, and that's my view. It's not changed. It just goes to show, like I say, it's hit and miss. So, you know, the way it is today, yeah, of course, there's less people in the park. So obviously it's going to run a little bit smoother, but the whole aim of the park is to be able to run itself like this. You know, when it's at max capacity, get more trains running. I know there's an extra train. They were looking to put train 3 back on Wicker Man. You know, they've got to speed up those ops, extra trains on, and increase the throughput on rides so that they can handle the increased numbers. And that's it, they've cracked it. You know, I'm not an expert. Yeah, I don't know anything about the running of theme parks, but I am a customer. And you know, operations, that's their game, so they should be excelling at that, just so you know they can put Alton Towers back on the map as it used to be, in my opinion, the best theme park in the United Kingdom. So our next trip, we're going back to Thorpe Park soon. I'm looking forward to that. It's only a couple of weeks and we'll be back in the May half term, so yeah, we're excited. Hopefully get back on Hyperia and of course Stealth, which we love. But yeah, look at these amazing views across the lawns to the towers. Absolutely brilliant view, lovely swans on the lake, and this is what it's all about: enjoying yourself, getting on loads of rides, no unnecessary queues, delays or ride downtime, and just having a great day out with some good value for money. Go single rider on this. There we go, single rider then. Here we go, hit and miss, we'll see what happens. It's not coming out the other end, that's always a good sign. When you see single rider coming out of the station, we haven't got that today, so we'll be okay.
I remember that.
So yeah, Smiler, I'll go first on that one. Front row with the new restraints, and it was quite funny because there's a lady sat to my left with a son and a friend. She'd never ridden a roller coaster that goes upside down before, and I'm like, and you picked the Smiler for your first one. So she was great, she had a good time, but I'm like, you picked a crazy ride there. So it was nice and smooth, new restraints, front row, best row in my opinion to get on the ride, and yeah, crazy as always, but really, really good fun. And the single rider queue, we got really lucky. We just went through, didn't we, and got straight on. Tom, thoughts on the Smiler?
It's a whole different ride, honestly. Like on the back, when the fella told me to go to the back in single ride, I was thinking, for Christ's sake, this is going to be awful. But I had a really good ride, and the third to last inversion is really rough. But the last two barrel rolls weren't that bad, so they just felt like you were gliding over the track, so I'm really happy. Yeah. It's smooth now.
So again, is that ride 7? It is? So
7, yeah.
7th ride of the day. What, you know, what a totally different experience. I know I keep saying it, but yeah, it's absolutely night and day from last time. So yeah, Oblivion, we've not been on this for a while, have we? Since it's been closed. So Tom fell for the bat roosting rumour. You fell for that one, didn't you? Bats were roosting in the tunnel.
I swear that's the real one.
Yeah, he thinks that's a real one. If anyone can tell me, let me know. I think they needed a lift hill motor or a drive wheel. I don't think there was any bats roosting. And certainly the tunnel hadn't collapsed. But anyway, Oblivion, ride number 8. Where's the beat?
It's not done it.
Where's the beat?
No!
Oh my God. Every time we get in that, we're getting ready to dance.
Oh, it does it now when we...
Yeah. So we've just had a little bite to lunch. We always bring our own. Good little money saving tip there. First ride on Oblivion for a while. I liked it. We were on the front row of seats. A really intense drop. I always think it is. I always end up shutting my eyes, sort of like involuntarily, but I kind of kept them open as much as I could. And for me, that's one of the best drops in the park. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, it's the best drop in the park. It's the second best in the UK, because I think on the front you can't really beat Hyperia's, because like the way the track just disappears is really cool.
But it's good to see the ride operating again. Yeah, it's moving quite quickly. We only queued for about 15-20 minutes, so it wasn't too bad at all. And we're going to make our way to Dark Forest. I'll flash the queue times up. They are next to nothing, so it's absolutely fantastic. We're having a good time here, and it's good to see things going onwards and upwards. Hopefully that trend continues. Hold on tight. You must escape. I think they do need something like the flying fish here to get a bit of a cult following. All right, guys, They do need something like the flying fish.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing with that, like 13 is popular, but that funny intro on the flying fish, you can't beat it. Look at that, all the food stalls, sweet treats.
Other than kind of
It's actually really nice today.
there's nothing really. There's people that kind of dress up like the Smiler, but you can't really like on Passol today, how Ride Comparison's got tons of people to dress up as fish.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you can really
No,
do that
what can
with.
you dress up as here?
What?
What can you dress up as here? Emily Alton. Well, some
maybe.
people do that, but it's like Halloweeny, isn't it? But
Yeah, it's
that weird culty fish,
Yeah, you can't beat it.
and it's got a really funny face. His face is hilarious. So you got nothing like the face of the flying fish. The way it just looks, it's weird. Keep those fins inside the fish. Right. It's dark forest. There's no complaints today.
Advert's playing on the 13th.
Almost walk on levels here at Towers today. You're going the wrong way. Help! She was a little bit worried there. She is going the wrong way though. Bye. Bye.
Are you on TikTok?
No, you're safe. No, YouTube. Oh God, why are people coming this way? What's going on?
What really annoys me at Towers is how every time you're in a queue with wooden fencing, people decide to stick chewies on it, and I keep bumping into them with like my hands and my fingers, and it's grim. I just want people to stop doing that.
I've got a little lesson for you there. Stop touching fences with your hands. Yep. There you go, problem, and we've just solved it. Just get your hands off it.
Or just don't put the chewie on.
So good ride on Rita there, queued about, I don't know, 15 minutes I think it was in the end. Wasn't too bad. We had to get disembarked and reload the train, but rear row, Rita. Luckily we got, when we went back on the train, we got one of the newer ones with the nice clean restraint, so good. Bit more forceful on the back. Tom seems to think it wasn't. But it's like rear row stealth. You feel the force is a bit more getting pulled around the layout. Certainly that's my view of it. But it was good fun. This queue said it's half an hour.
Not half an hour. In what world?
I don't want to wait for this.
No.
Yeah, it says half an hour. That ain't a 30-minute queue. There's nothing more irritating than when they advertise 30-minute queues and it's blatantly not a 30-minute queue. That's around an hour. So I don't know why it says 30 minutes, but it's not. That's an hour-long queue. So forget that. That is not half an hour. Well, Hex says it's 15, but as you can see, it's just walk on. So again, just touching on accurate queue signage, walk on ride. Anyone that doesn't know about this ride system, it's a Vekoma Madhouse. So it's like a rotating drum that you sit in. It gives weird illusion of inverting when in fact you're not. Bit of pizza pasta, second time we've come here, hasn't it? So it's nice, a little bit of a change, and then what time are we on? 3:15, so we'll have this. We're going to do the bath challenge, eat as much as we can, and then go on Toxicator, and try not to, so yeah, speak to you in a bit. So we just had something nice to eat there and pizza pasta. Flush cheeks, it's really warm in there. There's a new segment of the video called Fart Towers, which might just be the title of the thumbnail. And what we talk about is queue line farts. Not that we've done, but we've had some of the most horrendous queue line farts, which is becoming quite a regular occurrence here at Alton Towers. Tom, do you want to open it up and I'll give you my thoughts, but horrendous. We're on 9 or 10 queue-line farts now. 10, yeah. Tom?
So basically, in the Galactica single rider queue, me and Dad were just waiting to get batched, and suddenly like a wave of like spice and egg hits us both, and it's just
horrific.
It's just the most disgusting thing I've ever smelled. Like people need, you're in a public place, just like
stop dropping them.
Yeah, control your bowels. You're in public.
It's absolutely hideous. We were in the single rider queue for Smiler, and there is the staircase of farts as you make your way up to the station platform inside the Smiler station building. Someone dropped a couple. It was just pure sulphur dioxide. It was complete and utter egg. There was people retching, and no one was owning up. There was a lad to our right who was like looking just like stony faced. I think it was him, but it definitely wasn't me. And it's like everyone's looking at each other, second guess who's dropped that, and it was absolutely horrendous. He did a couple. Hex as well. Someone kept dropping them in the pre-show zone for Hex, and likewise Wicker Man. Everyone was packed into that pen, and someone dropped one, and it was absolutely, I've never smelled anything. I just wanted to get out. I don't like it as it is. The merge is a complete mess, and someone was just dropping the guts repeatedly in that batching area. So I am absolutely raging. Listen, this is a plea. If you're in a queue with loads of people, stop farting, stop releasing gusts. I don't want you to do it. It's foul, it's bad manners, please. You know, we're going to touch on the farts in each video now. There will be a segment, but Christ, if you can relate to this, you've had any similar stories, just share with us below. But please stop dropping your guts in the queue lines. Thank you.
Stop the smell.
Brings a whole new meaning to the feed the flames. Someone was feeding the flames in the queue line. Tom's just checking the Liverpool score. What is it?
Anyone watches football, I'm so nervy right now.
1-1. Yeah, not good.
I'm scared.
Going back to serious mode, but it was a true story about the gusts in the queue line. The train for the Runaway Mine train isn't back yet, so yeah, families are missing out on that much loved ride. You know, the sooner that comes back the better, but it's not been open since the park has opened, so yeah, hopefully, you know, sooner rather than later. Oh,
Anything? No.
Don't know, there's a hideous vat or something.
What?
A big vat of compound.
Right, my head's
It's actually fart juice that's in there. That's what's been releasing them.
Oh my god. Oh, there's people.
Heavy security.
Oh my god, do you know what? What if someone's actually had fart spray or something today? Like, that's a serious thing.
Don't know.
Maybe just stop.
Change the subject now. We don't want to overdo it, but
okay.
There's another monorail going past. So they've been running all day. So, you know, they must be good to go, there or thereabouts now. There's nothing wrong with them. I can only think they've got to do like a statutory time period before opening to the public. There must be some regulation whereby they've got to run for a certain amount of hours. That's all I can think. Anyway, yeah, the queue's fine.
It'll be any time next week, I think.
Let's get back on Nemesis. Right, so that brings us to the end of our day here at Alton Towers. Tom, thoughts?
It's been really good. It's such an improvement from Easter, and I'm really happy now to be seeing this side of Towers again. Yeah, for me, I've had a great day. We've been on, I think it was 16 rides altogether. We got quite a few laps of Nemesis there at the end, so really good. We got quite a few goes on the back row. Favourite place to be, other than front row night rides, so really enjoyable. All I'd say is this obviously just shows when the crowds are manageable, Alton Towers can get by. Today was fantastic, but this is how the park should run. It should be able to run like this at full capacity. This is what people pay for, and this is the experience they expect, irrespective of whether you come in the holidays or not. So if Towers can put the effort in, tweak a few bits and pieces and put that investment in, so this is what it's like all the time, it will definitely return to its glory days with a bit of investment and some TLC. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be at Thorpe Park next. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them below, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Take care.